Hi, welcome to Human Biology. I am your instructor, Dr. Harvey, and I am going to be going through your syllabus and looking at your Canvas class in this video to give you some information that will help you to succeed all the better in the class. So I hope you have a great semester, and let's get started. So this is Human Biology, and I just want you to know in your syllabus and let me just switch over to your Canvas class really fast so that you can take a look at this. This is your Canvas class, and you can scroll down in this class and you'll be able to see your syllabus, which is what we're going to be going through first, and you can click on this and download that syllabus. And so if you want to watch this video while looking at the syllabus, that's probably not a bad idea. And then I also want to show you that in the beginning of your syllabus, you can see this is my telephone number for VVC with my extension, and then also my VVC email. However, we're not on campus because this is an online class, and we're going to be using Canvas. So it's best for you to contact me through the email in Canvas, okay? However, once the class is over, if you need to contact me in either of those other two ways, you can do so. So again, this is Bio 107, and we're in Human Biology. And when you look at your syllabus, it'll look a little bit different because it will also have your section number on it. And as you scroll down, you'll see the other dates where campus is closed or we have vacation days, that type of thing. And then you'll notice on the second page that we're looking at just statement of access and attendance policy. Now, because this class is online, we're not having any type of lectures except the lectures that are on your Canvas class. So again, let me go back to the class and show you. When you look at Canvas, you'll see there's a home page, and so we'll just go through this first. And this is just a welcome page. It'll have the name of your class on there, and then it'll have, this is a great class, let's have a great semester, and then this is where you can message or email me at. You'll also see on the right here that you have a to-do list, and this tells you all the things that are due at the end of the first week of class, and then it'll pop up things that are due the second week and so on, so that you can see which assignments you need to do. However, if you click on module here, you'll see that this is broken into separate sections. So this would be your first module, this would be your second module, this would be your third module, and so on. So if you click on the first module, all of this is orientation information. So there's nothing really for you to do in the orientation module. There's just a lot of things for you to go through so that it will help you to succeed even more in the class. So as you're looking through this module, you can see the Ask the Professor forum right here, and if you click on this, what you'll find is this is an area where you can also contact me. And one of the things is that you have to keep in mind that if you type something in here, other students are going to be able to see it. Now, if you subscribe to this, then you'll be able to see other students' comments and notifications, and you'll see that it will turn a different color, and anytime somebody asks the professor something, it will pop up. So this is not a private email between you and I. This is a question-answer session between yourself, other students in the class, and then me, and then I can answer that information. There's also another one, which is Student Oasis. Now, you can put something on there, and this asks other students in your class about information. I don't go on Student Oasis, so if you're wanting me to answer the question, I'm not going to be answering questions on that one. So either go to the Ask the Professor forum or send me an email directly. There's also a frequently asked questions section, so you might find the answer to your questions in that, so you will want to check that. As far as your textbook is concerned, one of the things I want you to know is that this is your official textbook. However, if for some reason you can't afford this textbook, then there is a free human biology textbook here. Now, it is not your official textbook. So if you want that textbook, you're going to have to purchase it. So again, this first module is only information for you. There's nothing that you have to do. There's no points in this module. And then it also allows you to download your syllabus. So let's go back to the syllabus again and talk about attendance. So there is no online attendance, anything like that. Instead, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be watching videos. So one more time, back to the Canvas course. You're going to go to Learning Module 0 after you read all the information in the orientation module, and you're going to see that there are some assignments in here for you to do. And you have to do those assignments before you can start the week 1 module. And they're very simple assignments. All they really are is introduce yourself, type something in an inbox, upload a photo of something, and just take a general survey quiz. So they're not a lot of big questions or anything. Shouldn't take you more than a few minutes. When you go to the first module, you're going to see, if you click on this, the PowerPoint for your first lecture. Now you can click on this PowerPoint and download it, or you can watch the PowerPoint in Canvas itself. One of the things that I want you to know is that Canvas does not work well on the browser Safari. So if you're using a Mac computer, you don't want to use Safari. You want to use Chrome or Firefox. And Canvas seems to work really well on Chrome. And once you get this PowerPoint uploaded, then you can go to the next one, and this is the first video lecture. So you're going to watch the video lecture along with having the PowerPoint. And as far as attendance is concerned, one of the things I would recommend for you is to consider this class like maybe a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday type of class. Although we're not having live lecture, it's all video lecture. It might make it easier for you to stay on track with the class. So if you say to yourself, okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm watching this video lecture on these particular days, it might be helpful to you. But of course, that's completely up to you how you want to do it. Now, the other thing I want you to know is that we have a different set of modules depending on if you're in a summer, winter, or a fall, spring class. Because you know, summer and winter classes are only 6 weeks, fall and spring are 16 weeks. So you're going to go and look at the modules by week. So for instance, if you're in fall and summer, you're going to have several modules in week 1. So here is a week 1 module and all the different things you need to do in this module. And then notice here, here's another week 1 module, and there's going to be more video lectures to watch, more things to do. Here's a third week 1 module. So for for spring, I'll get this right. For winter and summer sessions, you're going to have usually about 3 modules per week, because yours is a 5-day or 4-day-a-week class, Monday through Thursday. If you are a fall and spring class, you usually only have 1 module. Sometimes, just be careful, sometimes 2 modules for a week. So let's again look back at this module, because you have your PowerPoint, you have your video lecture to go along with it, and then you're going to have a quiz in each module as well. This quiz is something that is usually going to be a 10-point quiz. Now the quizzes are timed, so be aware of that. However, you have over an hour to take the quiz, okay? So if you want to begin the quiz, you're just going to click begin. And then once you take the quiz, it's going to tell you your score and also tell you what the correct answers were for that quiz, so it'll be able to help you study, because the questions in the quiz are going to be very similar, not exact, they're not going to be the same questions, but they're going to be similar types of questions that you're going to see in your exam. They're going to cover similar material. And then also something else that you're going to have in this class is you're going to have discussion boards, because we're not in class able to talk and discuss. We're going to do these discussion boards. So before you do that, I want you to read the article about plagiarism so that you understand what the difference is between using information online and stealing information online if you want to incorporate that information. So you're going to click on your discussion board, and your discussion boards have very specific guidelines. So one of the things you're going to see is that your modules will open on Sunday, actually it's Monday morning at 12 a.m., and then they close the next Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Be careful. Don't wait until the last minute to try to write on a discussion board or take a quiz, or definitely don't wait till the last minute to take your exam. Because you're doing this online, what happens if there's a glitch, if something goes wrong? You won't have time to contact me. And one of the things I'm going to do is, if you do contact me, I'm going to look back and see what time were you taking that quiz, what time were you writing on your discussion board. Because if your discussion board is due at 11:59 p.m. and you're trying to write on your discussion board and it's 11:55 p.m., you're not really going to have time to do what you need to do. And so I'm not going to allow you to do this again. There are no makeups on quizzes. There are no makeups on homework, on labs, or on discussion boards. You will be allowed to only make up very little material in this class. So don't be doing things at the last minute, okay? That's really important. And for instance, with your discussion boards, one of the things you're going to do is you're going to post a unique response to the question that I asked. And you need to post that no later than 2 days after the discussion board opens. So that means the discussion board opens at 12 a.m. Monday morning. You have to post something by Wednesday. And then you, after that, are going to post no less, you could do more, but no less than 2 responses. So that means you're going to post to 2 different classmates and look at what their responses are. And I want you to do something more than say, oh, hey, John, I think you have a great response, and leave it at that. The response has to be substantial. You have to talk about why you agree or why you disagree with whatever that classmate wrote, and you have to talk about the content of the discussion board. Please be aware that because we're online, I'm still looking to make sure that you have what we call netiquette, which means it's a kind of etiquette, being kind to your classmates on the internet. I don't want to see anything but very positive types of responses, even if you disagree with a fellow student. Keep it positive, keep it upbeat, and let us know scientifically why it is that you disagree. So I do give you guidelines for how to compose your response, and then I give you guidelines for how to reply to other classmate responses. Now, you want to make sure that you are reviewing any response posted so that you don't duplicate somebody else's response. And then you're going to read what the discussion board is about. So for instance, this first week, John Oliver had a great show about the misunderstanding of scientific studies, and it speaks to the need for communicating scientific knowledge accurately. For this discussion, first review the short segment of that show, and you can watch the full version if you want on YouTube. And this is very important. And then it goes on, and there's a little video I want you to look at and listen to. And let's practice criticizing science news, because not everybody who writes about science is accurate. So for instance, we're in a pandemic right now, and I hear a lot of things that are supposed to be scientifically accurate about how this pandemic was produced in a laboratory and how the pandemic is making us all sick. Well, okay, let's just say somebody is correct about something like that. But can you prove it scientifically? Is there any data to show that that statement is true, or is it not? So this is what our first discussion board is all about. So what I want you to do is questions to respond to in the first post. What's the title and brief description of the study, and where are the researchers from, and did they describe the study thoroughly? Are there elements of this article you just don't trust? If so, why? So you're going to also read the article in the U.S. News and World Report and tell me what it is you do or don't trust about this article, and then respond to that. So something else that you're going to be doing is you're also going to be doing labs in this class. And our first lab is on the scientific method, and you're going to click on this link here. And when you click on that link, it is going to bring up a paper for you to work on. You're going to write your different, you can type it, you can handwrite it, it's up to you. But you're going to write your different responses, and then you're going to submit your assignment. So you're going to upload your responses from the scientific method lab onto your Canvas course. And then there's going to be some quizzes. These are called Connect quizzes, and you have some orientation videos for these Connect quizzes. Now, here's something important for you to know. If you are buying the textbook at the VVC bookstore, you will receive with that textbook something called a Connect code. You will have to upload that Connect code when you take your Connect quizzes. Now, if you're not buying the textbook at the VVC bookstore, there will be a link in your syllabus. That link will take you to where you can buy the Connect code. That code is not free, and you must purchase it for this class. Now, if you opt to not purchase the Connect code, just be aware you will not be able to do the Connect quizzes. If you can't do the Connect quizzes, just know that they are 10% of your grade. Okay, so if you opt not to do that, at the end of the semester, your grade will have fallen by 10%. All right? You can also click on grading. Okay, look at the grades, and once you start taking things, it will give you your score, okay, for each of the different items. All right, so one more time, let's go back to your syllabus, and you can read through the withdrawal policy. You can also look on WebAdvisor for the last day to drop from your semester. And just be aware that during the COVID pandemic, there is what's referred to as an EW. And you can take an EW to withdraw from the class. It's an excused withdrawal if your withdrawal has to do with the COVID virus, and if you have proof of this virus, okay? So you can't use an EW unless you have good solid proof like a doctor's note, that type of thing, why you have to withdraw from the class, okay? So as we go back through the syllabus, there's a course description. You can look at that, but basically this is learning about the biological principles of the human body. And then we also know that because this is an online class, you have to have computer access. So it's very important that you have a computer at your house if at all possible. Now, one of the other things that I want you to know is there may be the possibility of getting a computer on loan through Victor Valley College. So you can contact the counseling office to see if there's any way that they might be able to, or VVC might be able to loan you a computer. And so you can read through all of this. We talked about Chrome versus Firefox, and then course description. And then we also have the student learning outcomes. Student learning outcomes are what you're supposed to know by the time the class is over. There is no prerequisite for this class, and I want you to know this is the name of your textbook here, Inquiry into Life. Now, you do not have to purchase the Inquiry into Life lab manual. All the laboratory material for this class will be provided for you. So you don't have to purchase that, even though it is in your syllabus here. And probably when you download your syllabus, it won't be there because most likely I'll be taking that out. If you need an incomplete in the class, you can read the incomplete policy. There has to be an extenuating circumstance as to why you need the incomplete. So you can also look at the student handbook, and it will tell you what those extenuating circumstances are to be able to get the incomplete. Now, we're going to have 4 separate exams in your class. The last exam is the final exam. The final exam is not cumulative. And if you don't know what cumulative means, that basically means cumulative would mean that the last exam is going over everything that we learned in the class. That is not the case. Our last exam is not cumulative. It's going over the last 3 chapters in our book that I assigned to you. So it is not a cumulative exam. So just be aware of that. And our exams are multiple choice, short answer, that type of thing. Now, here's something else that I need you to know. You are not allowed to use notes or the internet to assist you in any way to take your exam. That is considered cheating. If you are using the internet or using notes during the exam, Canvas will flag me and let me know, and I will be giving you a 0 for that exam. These courses, for most of you, are going to be the types of courses you need to go into your medical profession. And even if you're not using this as a medical type of course, I just want you to know that there are good reasons that you need to take these courses. And grades are not everything. We need you to know this material and to understand this material. I mean, let's look right now at what's going on in the world with this COVID pandemic. The doctors and nurses are being run ragged, and they are working hard to save people's lives. And what would it mean to you and I, to my kids, to my grandkids, your family members, if these doctors and nurses cheated on their courses, on their exams? I know for sure I would not want a doctor or nurse that cheated their way through school or cheated their way through their boards to be taking care of me and my loved ones. It's extremely important that you know that you have integrity and that you are not going to cheat, even if it's an online course, that you're going to learn this material and you're going to know this material. And I really hope that you take this to heart and that you do this and do it well. And I'll tell you one other thing. If in this beginning course you decide you're going to cheat, then the likelihood is you're going to have to do it all the way through college, because you won't know the material for your next set of courses, and that's just not acceptable. All right, so remember, you're going to have quizzes that go over the lecture material. You also have lab quizzes that are listed in your module. You have labs that you need to perform, and with some of these labs are going to be lab write-ups. Now, some of these labs are also electronic labs, and what that means is as you're doing the lab itself, then the computer program is scoring all of the questions that you're taking. Now, the labs, you have multiple times to take those labs. So if you want to do them over and over again, you are allowed to do that. It's the same thing with the Connect quizzes. You can take those Connect quizzes more than once. However, the other quizzes and the other write-ups that are going to be in your modules, those are limited, along with your exams, limited to 1 try. But the labs, you have multiple tries. The Connect quizzes, you also have multiple tries if you want to do them again. You will have a lab exam or a lab practical. This is at the end of the semester. It is in the very last module. When you go to your syllabus, you'll see Connect Quizzes Online, and you'll see this link here. If you click on that link, it will take you to the website where you can purchase the Connect Quizzes. Otherwise, you don't have to click on this link. As far as grades are concerned, 90% is an A, 80% is a B, and so on in the class. I will be sending announcements out to you, typically once at least, or more than once a week, especially if there's an upcoming project or if there's any kind of class concern or any type of changes that might occur. You'll be able to see those announcements. They'll be emailed to you. And again, if you have any questions for me, please email me through Canvas. And when you do, be as specific as possible, because I get sometimes hundreds of emails a week. And so if you email me and you don't tell me exactly what it is you need to know, I may not be able to respond to you. So for instance, if you say, hey, Dr. Harvey, I'm having a problem with this week's assignment. Okay, well, which assignment in particular? What kind of problem are you having? Please make sure you send all of that information so that I can answer the question that you really need me to answer, okay? So we've talked about Ask the Professor forum, and we talked about the discussion boards. Make sure you're responding to at least 2 classmates' answers. And then as far as my responses back to you, I try to respond on a daily basis, but I will definitely respond within 2 days to any of your emails and so on that you send to me. As far as course participation, we're not face-to-face right now, so that's why it's really important that you do those discussion assignments. But you also have to make sure you are doing all the other assignments too, the quizzes, watching those videos. I'm really surprised at how many students have told me they try to take this class and never watch a video. You can't learn the material without watching the videos. You might be able to learn the material without reading too much, but you have to watch the videos to understand and to learn the material. That's the lecture, okay? It's kind of like going to a class on campus but never attending lecture. You're not really going to get the information like you need to. If you have any type of special needs, disabilities, that type of thing, and you need any assistance, we do have assistance at campus, so you can contact your counselor, you can contact me, and I can try to help you as best as I can. We've already talked about the etiquette in the class. Please don't cheat. I don't have anything more to say about that. And then I reserve the right to modify the syllabus at any time. So that means I will send you an announcement if something changes, and it's the student's responsibility to be aware of changes to the class. So again, if you have any questions to ask me, please, please, please send me an email, and I look forward to having you in class. Bye.